Hey guys, it's Mr. Mercado again with another pre-recorded lesson. For today's lesson, we're going to look at ancient Greece's geography and just how it affected the people that lived there. I attached a tree map on Google Classroom for you guys to work on during this lesson today. If you guys haven't done so now, go ahead and pause the video and open up your tree map. You will be using it to do this lesson today. Alright, just like my last pre-recorded class, it might go too quick for some of you guys, so it's okay to click pause as many times as you want and just take your time on completing the assignment for today. Okay, so like I said, today we're going to be looking at ancient Greece and just how the geography of ancient Greece affected the people that lived there. The first thing that we're going to be looking at is topography. If you guys recall, topography means the shape of the land. Greece is a small country in southern Europe with many small islands. Right? In this picture here, you can see all of Greece, just all of this, and the small islands that are part of it, which are all down here. About 70 to 80% of Greece is covered by steep rocky mountains. The reason I chose to use this particular map for this Google slide is so you guys could see just about how many mountains cover up Greece. Most of Greece is considered a peninsula. If you guys recall, peninsula means a land that is surrounded by water on all three sides. Greece is surrounded by three seas: the Ionian Sea, the Aegean Sea, and the Mediterranean Sea. If you look at this map here, you can see all three seas that surround Greece. Greece is everything that's covered in orange. Alright, the next thing we're going to be looking at is Greece's agriculture. Only about 20 to 30% of the land of Greece was suitable for farming. This was due to the fact that most of Greece was covered in very steep and rocky mountains. Most of the crops that were grown on Greek land consisted of wheat, barley, grapes, and olives. If you look at this map here, it comes directly from your textbook, and it shows you just what was grown around Greece. If you look at the purple, apricots, grapes, and other crops that needed a lot of labor grew in these areas. If you look at the red spots, this is where most grains and olives were grown. Orange means this is where most of the grazing lands were. Grazing lands is where sheep and goats go to eat grass. As you can see on the map, most of Greece was covered by grazing lands. And the green means that this was land that was not farmable or was either just forest. Many farmers raised goats and sheep because they were able to use the sides of the mountains as grazing land for their animals. If you remember looking at the map before this slide, most of what is Greece was mostly grazing land. Many Greek families also raised pigs, chickens, oxen, mules, and donkeys. Since Greece was surrounded by water, fish was also a very valuable source to their diets. Right, the next thing we're going to be looking at is just how people in Greece were actually able to travel. The many steep mountains of Greece made overland travel very unpleasant. Although some wealthy people could afford to travel by chariot, most wooden wheels were destroyed due to the rocky, unpaved roads. If you look at this picture, you can see that there's barely a road here, but not really. That's why it's unpaved. A big issue with these unpaved roads was that they consisted a lot of sharp rocks. Since most chariots use wooden wheels, these wooden wheels will easily get destroyed by these very sharp rocks. One way Greece were able to travel was by using ships. Seas played a major role in ancient Greece because Greeks would use the seas as highways to travel and stay connected. Greeks built rowing ships for fighting and sailing ships for trading. Since Greece was covered by seas on all three sides, the easiest way to get around was by boat. Last thing that we're going to look at for today is trade. Most people in ancient Greece did not have enough land to grow all the food they needed for their families. That is why trade with other people from different regions became very important to the Greeks because they did not have all the sources they needed to survive. This map also comes directly from your textbook. It shows all the routes that Greek people would take to trade. If you look at the Mediterranean Sea, they traded with mostly every region around it. They went to North Africa, traded with a couple of people in Italy, and also went all the way to some parts of Spain and Portugal, which is right here. If you look on this side of the map, you see that they also traded along the Black Sea. East Asia was part of this region. Greeks traded wine, wool, olive oil, and pottery with other regions of the Mediterranean and Black Sea. Greece always had a surplus of olives, and they ended up inventing olive oil, which helped them cook. Greeks received grains, timber, metals, and animal hides. Since most of Greece was covered by mountains, that means that they did not have all the minerals they needed to survive. A very important resource was wood. They used woods to build houses. Alright, so this is the end of today's lesson. Like I said at the beginning of the video, you're more than welcome to click pause as many times as you want, or you could also replay the video as many times as you want. Just make sure you have completed your tree map. Under each branch should be at least 2 bullet points with 2 full complete sentences.